You're listening to The Idiot's Catalog.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Welcome back to The Idiot's Catalog.
I'm your host, Leland Long.
Yeah, I'm your host, Charlie Dawson.
Hello.
And we're switching bodies today.
It's one of our inventions.
Unhappy about it.
I have a great bod, dude.
Yeah,
150
yeah.
soaking wet.
That's
I'm
why,
always soaking wet.
That's why I'm unhappy about it. This is an inventions-based podcast. We're joined by our past guest,
Future scientist.
future scientist, not current scientist, Ben Miller.
Oh, thanks for having me. Happy
Thanks
to
for
be
coming,
here
buddy.
again.
Thanks for being on the podcast, Ben.
Well, that lost steam immediately.
Ben had a... Can we talk about it or no?
I say we just get into inventions.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
You're a good co-host.
This is
Keep me on the beam.
This podcast is all about inventions.
Yes,
Ben had a
sir.
fun date last night, but we're not talking about that. We're not here for that.
No.
Yep.
We're here with our resident scientist,
Ben Miller.
Ben Miller. Ben, do you have any invention ideas you would like to share with us? We can get into.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Besides the less cool sweater, because that one's way too cool.
Yeah. So, okay. So I don't remember my dreams. Or like maybe like once every 3 months I'll remember a dream. And everyone's always like talking to me about their cool dreams that they had. And I hate to admit it, but I feel like a twang of jealousy in my heart.
Yeah.
That I can't be having these like rich and magical experiences. And so oftentimes if people have like too many dreams, they'll have like a dream catcher. So here's my idea is like when I wake up, it's like a guy or like an app that suggests an idea for a fun dream that I can tell everybody about. And they're called the dream pitcher.
Ah, that's fun.
They're pitching me different dreams.
And you can't be wrong because a dream can be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one can be like, this is fake. You're like, I dreamed it.
Unless you start having like a lot of fucked up dreams and people start to worry about you. It's just all about the Holocaust and murdering people.
Oh, those
Okay,
are those fucked up? I was hoping those were inspiring.
Yeah. Well, I never forget because I'm Jewish, Leland, actually. So
I
it's-
see.
Oh yeah, I'm also Jewish.
You're Jewish and an elephant. You never forget.
is that why elephants have such long noses?
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
on, Ben.
I know I shouldn't
That was
have done
amazing.
that. It was hacky.
Ben Miller's
I've betrayed
on the pod.
my people.
Yeah.
I like that dream picture. So would you
Dream
rather
picture.
a guy or an app? Would you rather like a dude next to your bed or an app?
He's been writing all night long with an old school typewriter just keeping you up.
Sounds terrible. It's like smoking cigarettes nonstop.
Yeah.
It's Dalton Trumbo. That's a great reference.
Man,
I
that'd
think
be
he was
rough. Like
Jewish.
you wake up and then he's like, "I got nothing for you."
Yeah.
Just piles of crumpled up paper.
And it's literally dreams. It could be
anything.
anything. And he's like, yeah, they all just say the at the start of it.
Dream picture. So you couldn't just you're in the creative field, right?
Yeah.
You c-
Hopefully.
You couldn't just make up your own fake dreams?
No, but
It wouldn't seem genuine.
Oh,
Yeah.
because then you're just lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you could have is a machine that's hooked up to you, measures your heart rate. Based off your heart rate, it tells you, like it types out a type of dream.
Like 95, 96.
Yeah, why heart rate based?
Because if you were really excited, it would type out like you're getting chased by a bear on Mars and there's and your dad's calling you.
Yeah, and
But
if
if it was
you're
a-
not excited, it's the Holocaust again.
It's either chased on Mars with a bear and your dad's calling you, or Holocaust. Those are the two dreams
Those are
you
the
can
two
have.
options. No more, no less.
That's what the guy tells you in the contract when you
Yeah.
sign up with him. He's like, I only got 2 stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to go heart rate because then when you wake up, you feel like you had that dream. So if it's a calmer night of like, I know there's nights where I'm tossing and turning, and then there's nights where I'm like passed out, and it's just like a nice slow rest. And so when I wake up, I would feel like I had the dream being described to me.
Do you ever have like something happen, an external stimulus, like an alarm clock going off or a sound outside or something like that, and that enters into your dream?
Yeah,
And that becomes part of it, and your dream sort of just like
like
justifies
melds.
it.
Yes,
It's like, this is happening because this That would be fun if the guy would incorporate weird sounds in your dreams.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, and then an anvil fell on a pile of sponges. And then he just like does a weird sound near your ear. Just a squishing sound.
Do you ever see how they make sound effects for like video games? Like the guys.
Oh
in the
yeah, like a
booths?
Foley artist.
Yeah. Foley. How do you spell? Is Foley?
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
But yeah, that would be fun to just like have a bunch of different stimuli and.
You need one writer, one sound effects guy,
No, I'm thinking it's all the same
like
guy.
one storyboard artist.
Because when you think about it, he's got 8 hours to make this story.
Oh, you think I'm sleeping for 8 whole hours?
Well, how many hours you sleep for? 6, 5?
I don't know. My sleep's pretty rough. It's like
What's keeping you up at night?
Is this guy with the typewriter and the intro?
I was gonna say memories of the Holocaust.
yeah. I don't know. I'll go to bed sometime between like 3 and 6 a.m.
Oh.
And then I don't know. Sometimes I wake up at like 9 or like 11 or something like that.
Well, that's something else, but
Sounds like you need a different type of specialist.
yeah.
Maybe a medications pitcher.
Yeah, have you tried Xanax a lot?
A lot.
Have you tried a lot of Xanax during the day?
You're like already assuming I've done Xanax.
Yeah.
Like, and have you tried over medicating?
Have you tried Xanax and alcohol mixed together?
Ooh, sounds dangerous.
Yeah. I don't know, I've never tried it.
I like that dream pitcher.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
Leland, take that idea, put it in a dream, pitch it to me, baby. Let me hear it.
Okay, so I've come up with 2 ideas specific for Ben,
Ooh.
Okay.
and one of them is a baking-based idea because Ben likes to bake.
Oh, that's very nice.
This is, an oven mitt.
yeah.
They used to take
sure.
out like oven trays and stuff. This is a oven suit. Because I often I'll have the mitt and I'll take it out and still like part of my arm will touch the tray and I'll get burnt.
Yeah.
So I want a full suit that like it's not full body. It goes from waist up, but it goes hands, waist up, covers your head, and there's like a little plastic eye hole so you can see through. So if you want to, you could put your whole body in that oven and fix whatever mistakes you made with your pie or whatever, you know?
You know what's so weird
Well,
is
that's-
before this podcast, I was walking up these stairs. I got a text from a friend saying, "Did you go oven diving today?" Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Now you're describing oven diving.
Yeah.
This is a new Olympic sport.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I got the bronze in oven diving. I only got a little bit in there.
Yeah. I love it. It's kind of like one of those X-ray mats, like those things they put on you before you get an X-ray at the dentist.
Do
Yeah.
you know those are bullshit?
Really?
Well, like the amount of radiation you get from a dental X-ray, I believe, is the same amount of radiation you get from eating 5 bananas.
Wow.
So it's like
What if you're eating 5 bananas while getting a dental x-ray?
you have cancer automatically. But they just put it on to like make you feel more comfortable.
Oh, it's just a placebo.
It does feel
I
good. It
yeah,
does.
like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
This is how you find out you have depression.
So, oven suit.
Oven suit.
And there
Yeah.
can also be like gimmicky ones because you know how they have the lobster hand oven mitts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can be those, but it's just a full lobster. You look like a lobster.
I love it. Could it be like, in terms of like Bluetooth compatible, could it be Bluetooth compatible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could it be a heated oven
could be-
suit
Yeah.
for
Okay.
when you're cold?
I don't think you would need it to be heated if you're going into an oven.
Preheated.
It could be Bluetooth. It could have a little alarm where your ears are positioned in it.
Oh.
So you can sit and watch TV in it, and then it'll tell you when the oven's ready to take out.
See, I'm imagining now you're wearing this very elaborate lobster oven suit with Bluetooth on top, but bottom it's just short shorts and Crocs.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm picturing. Yeah.
I'd love to see like your partner come home and like they'd caught you cheating recently and you guys get into a fight, but you're just wearing your lobster oven suit, so you have to full on argue.
And you're just muffling through, because there's no mouth hole.
No.
It's just a plastic vision thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just angrily clicking your claws together.
What do you mean I don't like you anymore?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sick.
She rubber bands your claws together.
Try taking your pie out now, Terrence.
Terrence.
yeah.
It's a good name.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just pulled it out of nowhere. Yeah, you could even do like full nude underneath, you know.
Ooh, but then what happens if you get burned?
You won't get burned because you got a full oven suit on.
Yeah, but what if there's a crack in it or something, like some heat gets through? Like that'd be my fear.
A crack in it?
Like I order like a cheap oven suit where I've been wearing it for, because like I've had times where with oven mitts it gets like worn out.
Yes.
And so some heat like it like nicks your finger.
Oh, that is a frequent problem now that I'm thinking about it.
It's brutal. And so what
Is that
about
really?
that with an oven suit?
Wow.
Yeah.
We'd have to test it and make materials that don't break down like that.
Yeah, you'd also have to just make sure not to grab the pan with your dick, I think.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's all I know how to do.
Well, then I got an oven sock for you. Just an oven cup.
Oven cup. Hell yeah, dude. It's a great invention.
Thanks, man.
I also have
That's
a
very
bed-based invention.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I really do.
Oh, fucking throw that thing out of a helicopter and make an action movie. What do you got, baby?
All right, so you guys know virgins, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I don't drink, but I still like bars. The only thing that's hard with bars is there's so much booze and like people doing coke in the bathroom and stuff. But I still like a dingy, dark, loud music-y place, so I want virgin bars. Not bars that only virgins can go to.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to roast me like, hey, Ben, I have an invention for you. You know virgins?
No.
You know fucking losers?
No, Ben fucked last night, dude. Or not, I don't know. Cut this. This is a bar that's it's all no alcohol, no substances are there or allowed in. If they see you doing any coke, or they kick you out. But it's like dark and loud music, and everyone's mean, and it's like smells like old gross wood. You know, like I love a bar. I just hate being around
Could
alcohol.
they serve candy?
I don't know what they. That's not. What do they serve? That's
but it's only stuck underneath the tables of the bar. So with candy.
It's just
So
exclusively chips and salsa. That's what they got there.
Well, I kind of like the candy idea because for a lot of like people who don't drink, sugar is a substitute. Like for me, sugar is a substitute, you know. And so candy might be good. You get that little rush. You're kind of harming yourself.
In the bathroom, everyone's doing lines of powdered sugar.
Yeah, everyone's doing lines of pixie sticks.
Okay, so because I've definitely seen bars that only serve non-alcoholic beverages, but they're usually not dingy.
Okay.
Which I think is the part that you're missing. Like,
yeah.
I've seen them and they're like earthy
Swanky
cafes, or like there are lots of crystals here and we're about self-care. But no, this is for people that don't drink and still hate themselves.
Yes, exactly. I don't want self-care bar because
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't want that. I don't want to heal. I want to go somewhere and self-destruct sober.
You want
Yeah.
stalls without doors on them in the bathroom. I get you.
Yeah, I want fighting in the bathroom, but because everyone's sober and they're mad about it. Yeah, they still have to ID you to get in, so there's that feeling of like, fuck, I left my ID at home, or I was so messed up last night I lost my ID.
Yeah.
Like there's still that bouncery feeling, you know, of exclusivity in a
Or
way.
the idea could be like your 3-month chip or something like that.
Yeah. Your
There's
90 days.
It's one of those like speakeasies where you gotta bang on the door and they're like, "What's the passcode?" I will never ever drink again.
Yeah. It's the passcode's one day at a time.
One day at a time. Yeah. That's great. And there's just like constantly fights going on.
Oh, yeah,
Pool
'cause-
cues getting broken.
Sober people are pissed, dude. they got nothing to subdue them.
Yeah, people are getting slammed into ovens.
Yeah.
you gotta
I think
wear
they got
the-
their oven suits on.
Yeah, I think it'd be a
Fighting.
fun idea. Because I love a dingy environment. We do stand-up comedy. It's all dingy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I love it, but I hate... Like, I was at a party the other night, and I was just surrounded by the smell of booze, and I was like, I gotta go. I fucking hate this. I want that dingy environment without the booze. What do you guys think we should serve there besides candy? Maybe some highly caffeinated beverages?
Oh, sure. So everyone's just awake.
They're really hopped up.
Yeah, just wired.
Yeah,
Well,
this just
all
sounds like a Starbucks with a bunch of writing on the wall.
Sounds like a gross Starbucks.
Post-apocalyptic. When society breaks down, this is the last Starbucks.
All
That's
right.
great. Ben, do you have any other invention ideas you want to toss by
yeah.
us? What do you
Yeah,
got,
yeah.
baby?
So I'm a little sick today, guys. Sorry to sniffle so much.
That's okay. So I am. This is something that I contend with on a daily basis, and I don't necessarily like about myself because it feels childish. But genuinely, the worst part of my day is stepping out of the shower. Like I'm afraid of it. This should not be. I'm an adult man. I should not be afraid of the coldness when I step.
I thought there was
cold?
a guy waiting out there to tell you your dreams last night.
Like, please leave me alone. You've already told me enough dreams.
Just in his oven suit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. I don't have that, but I hear you.
You're both comfortable stepping out of the shower.
Yeah.
You embrace the coldness.
Well, the thing is I keep like the door closed of the bathroom, so it kind of like steams up the whole room.
I feel like even if the bathroom door is closed, it's still. I'm cold all the time. This is just a general problem, but the shower is when I most acutely feel it. But if I could never leave the water, like if there's some sort of like garment that I could put on that was filled with water.
Oh, God.
But even it would look sort of like classy, like you could wear it to work. And it'd be called the wetsuit.
Yeah.
Wait, someone did this?
Bobby Condon brought this on, a bath suit. So you could take a bath anywhere you wanted and just go.
No, but I don't want to take it. I've already cleaned myself.
Oh, you just want the water.
This is like how like a goldfish is constantly in a tank of water, but like the bowl is like tailored so it looks like a fancy 3-piece suit.
I see, and it's very thin.
Yeah,
I would assume so it's a like very
flexible
thin layer of water.
Yeah.
So when do you eventually you're gonna have to take it off?
Yeah, when I take my shower the next morning.
You're constantly in a cycle of warm water.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's wrinkles for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely wrinkles.
Oh, the suit's gonna get wrinkles?
No, your body.
Oh yeah,
Just
that
constantly
too.
being in water.
But no, because I'm wearing a full body suit.
No one will know, yeah. Except for anyone that sees you naked or at the beach. Or would you wear this to the beach? Could there be a version...
An ocean version?
A version that it looks like your skin. So when you take off your clothes, it doesn't look like you have this bath bodysuit on.
But you do look a little thicker. You look a little bubbly.
Yeah.
You know?
You just put some water in the muscle areas.
Like those old Halloween costumes.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, but it still shows me as wrinkled as I'd be.
Are you wrinkled already?
Well,
No,
Leland was saying I'd be wrinkled after
It
years of
just
wearing
shows what
this.
your skin would normally look like.
Sure.
Because
it's like
really,
a fantasy.
Underneath it is wrinkled to hell.
Yeah.
But you're at the beach with your friends, they see your skin normally. And then you don't have to ever put on sunscreen or anything ever again.
Oh, yeah.
Someone tries to put sunscreen on you and your skin is moving around because it's just a layer of water.
Imagine you get home, you were on a date with someone, you get home and you guys are like getting intimate and they're just like feeling your back and like, why are you so like wet? Like not wet, but like
jiggly.
Yeah. It's like you have a half-inch layer of fat all around your body that just like
it's highly mobile.
Yeah.
And you're like, if you can't accept me for who I am, maybe we shouldn't be together.
I just get really defensive over it.
Like no, I love your jiggly body. Like ew.
Would the temperature be the same as your shower temperature all the time?
Yeah, it would definitely be warm, but it's also possible that you would get used to it, so you'd slowly have to like turn it up and up.
Oh, it's electric.
Oh. So
yeah, and maybe there's some like solar panels, so if you take it out, it can charge.
Where are the solar panels at? On your shoulders?
You look like the weirdest Power Ranger.
Just some weird hat. You're like, I don't take my hat off.
Yeah.
So this is like
instead of a propeller hat, it's a wind turbine hat.
You constantly have to go to windy areas or else you'll be cold by the water in your suit.
Yeah, what do you do when someone asks you, like, hey, why do you look so odd? You're like, I can't step out the shower. I just can't do it.
Yeah, instead of growing up, this is who I am now.
It's funny you say it because I end my showers cold because I get so hot in the shower. So I'm like...
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't get... I love I'm ready to step out. I have to end cold or I'll be, like, sweaty. I guess we're just built a little different, Ben.
Yeah. Different body temperatures. This would be good for fires. If you're trapped in a fire. Mm-hmm. And
And you
Well,
don't
you-
have access to your oven suit.
Yeah, exactly. Your oven suit is what started the fire, to be honest.
Put on your
That thing is
wetsuit.
flammable as hell. But no, you just it like bursts your suit in the water. You're already wet, so you got a couple seconds of protection. You know,
Okay.
which could be critical
Yeah.
in that moment.
Unless
Yeah.
it's an electrical fire, in which case you're gonna make it so much worse.
Yes.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yes.
Could there be an oven suit that's for when your house catches on fire that like guys like me who smoke cigarettes inside could wear?
Just
In case
constantly.
you fall asleep while smoking.
Yeah, because that's like I haven't almost gotten there, but I know where I'm headed. You know what I mean? I know who I am. So could I have a suit where I'm just always ready for a fire to break out? It could incorporate y'all's two ideas together. It could be like the oven suit with the exterior shielding us from heat and the interior having water in it to save us.
Okay, so it's a 2-layer suit.
2-layer suit, yeah. 2-man suit.
Ben, can your bath suit have a straw connected to it so I can drink on the go? Just drink my man soda.
It's fizzy.
Yeah. You're like,
feeling
this is not flat at all, and that is concerning.
I put it
Can you
in. I
imagine
put it in tap
watching
water.
someone suck their body dry?
I heard that's
starts
what you did
confirming.
last night. And
It's just going to be a through line for the whole podcast.
I
Okay.
love it.
I got another
Yeah.
Ben-based invention.
Leland, could you take that invention,
you're
wrap it
doing
in
one.
GitLab, put a little red bow on it? Because your invention, it's a gift to the world.
Wait till you hear it. So this is a science-based one. I feel like as a scientist, you're in the lab doing things. You got to go from one table to another table. There's different beakers all around.
I knew it was gonna have beakers. I knew it. Right when you said as a scientist, I was like, it's gonna have beakers.
This is a beaker belt. It's just a belt that has a bunch of holsters for beakers.
That's a nice. I'm just imagining like turning around and hitting into a table too fast, and just every one of them breaks.
You have to be very careful if you have dangerous chemicals in
There's
these
just
beakers.
sharp glass everywhere.
Sharp glass. You gotta.
They're all mixing together.
Your hips have to be like perfect. You gotta like really keep yourself
Yeah.
up straight. This will help you with your posture as well. Not you specifically, the proverbial you. Yeah, you'll just have all your beakers at your disposal, like Batman. You know.
Like Batman. Like Batman.
It sounds
Yep.
more like a Batman villain.
Mr. Science.
All he does is run around and like threaten people with acids and things.
He has a hair that's like always spiky and gray.
Yeah, yeah.
Ben, for a scientist, you don't have very spiky gray hair.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm
So,
trying
yeah,
to
what do we
break
think?
a lot of scientist stereotypes, especially by not having done research in like 5 years.
Beaker belt. I like
Beaker
it.
belt.
I think you should keep going with it. I think you should have a strap around the chest, like where.
Like a cowboy bandolier or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, and have the thin beakers in there. The
test tubes.
test tubes.
And the little like pipetting aliquots.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever that means.
Yeah.
That's
It-
more for like biological stuff. Like if you're working with like cells or like DNA,
I see.
or like trying to like splice together like humans and crocodiles. Like,
Oh, wow.
sorry, this is just more Batman villain stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, staying on the Batman theme, I think you should have a science suit. So you put on the suit and like.
This all comes back to suits.
Yeah,
We're
it's
just
very
developing a
fashionable.
wardrobe. For people.
So like on your thighs could be digital scales, so you could sit down to weigh stuff quickly. Across your chest could be the test tubes. On
Yeah.
your waist.
Periodic table.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You can look
Okay.
down.
And then the fashion brand for this villain suit would be Giorgio Arch Nemesis, like Giorgio Armani. Is that too much of a stretch?
Oh,
Oh, golly. Oh.
I mean, you'd be stretching less to try and get this belt on your waist. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think a science suit. I think that's a good
Okay.
idea, Leland. I also don't
But-
think, and not to shoot you down, because I love you and you're my co-host, I don't think that's how science works anymore. I think people are
With
just-
beakers?
Yeah, I don't think people are just walking around like, all right, now I got to move this beaker to that table.
You'd be surprised. I've been in a couple labs.
Have you?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. A
I-
science suit. There could be a math suit. It's just a bunch of pencils. That's it. There's a lot of pencils.
Yeah, they don't use like calculators or computers. It's all done by paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
But yeah, you can have, maybe it just has all your compounds you need in the different test tubes on your belt.
Okay, like helium?
Sure.
Magnesium?
I don't think you can keep helium in a test tube.
I don't know. Let's ask
Unless
Ben.
could you have a solid
Is there
form of helium?
Liquid helium?
Potentially, yeah. It's probably out there. But also, you can have like, oftentimes they'll like put like gases into a glass tube and then they'll like melt the ends to seal it. So you could have like
I see.
you can make your own glassware sort of.
That's not what I'm thinking of with the beaker belt. I want it to be open tops.
Risky.
So
I
if you're
mean,
running around, it's splashing out.
So I mean, there's also just the potential for if the gas is denser than air, it'll just sit.
Mm.
Like,
Sometimes I just sit.
Like speaking of your Bears on Mars dream, I remember in Hawaii a couple weeks back, they were telling me some story from like the 1800s. Some volcanologist was like going to some like volcanic crater that recently erupted, and because like the volcanic gas, like the sulfur dioxide, is very poisonous. It's also heavier, and so there are a bunch of like dead bears in the crater.
Yeah.
And so the scientists intuited that there must be some sort of like noxious gas that's somewhere. So in order to figure out how high the gas was, they like took a match and then they slowly brought it down. Then when the match went out, that was when it was.
They're like, all right, don't crouch around here.
Yeah.
Which also could have been a bad idea if it was an explosive gas.
Yeah.
Really could have blown.
Also, what if it was a windy day and the match just went out?
Also, what if it was just a suicide bear cult?
Yeah.
And they just all went there to die.
Yeah, they were all drinking the bear Kool-Aid.
Jim Jones and the Berenstain Bears. Whew.
They just found life unbearable.
Did you say unbearable?
Yeah.
Thank you for saving the podcast.
Charlie, you got another invention?
Yeah, baby, I do.
Put that thing in a military truck, drive it to some border somewhere, and start a war. What do you got?
So we were just talking about Ben's sex life, my dating app life, and Leland is in a committed relationship with Katie Boyle.
Yep.
You sounded so stressed. I'm on Hinge and I love it, but the one thing I don't like about it is just like in any realm of dating, there's a bit of dishonesty, which is to be expected. Everyone's putting up the best version of themselves. Hey, these are my best photos. These are my quirkiest answers, funniest answers to these questions. That's dating. You know, that's how you start. I don't want that. I want to cut right to the chase. I want to know who you are. So I want a negative dating app.
Oh, where you list the worst things about yourself.
Yes. The things you regret the most, the things you fear the most, your biggest insecurities,
Yeah.
your biggest fuck-ups.
I killed a man in 03 and I'm worried they'll catch me.
Yes, exactly. Because then I can see that and go, I killed a man in 03 too. Same man. And the next thing I know, I'm in a loving relationship with a murderer. Which I guess is the point of the app, to be in a loving relationship.
All negative?
Yeah, it's no positives on there. You
Not
have
a single positive.
You can't say a nice thing.
No, and you have to
It's
post
sort
the
of like
worst
the end of your
pictures.
podcast.
Oh, yeah. So, how do you... Are you just trying to pick the least bad person? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, you're trying to pick the person whose like bad things align with yours the most, so for like negative bonding.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds like a serial killer app.
What about
Yeah,
like...
them to find
100%.
each other.
What about
100%.
so? I mean, you could have an app with like a bunch of bad people. What if you broke it down by like the specific bad thing that you've done? Like you could have an app specifically for people that have committed arson and call it like Tinder or something like that.
Okay, Ben.
All right.
I get you.
Yep.
I feel like this was a
I
reverse...
made a great joke, and me and Leland are like, yeah, sure.
This was a reverse engineered pun that he's like, how can I fit this into this?
Yeah, you're right. You're correct. Ben. You don't like it, Leland. I can tell.
No, I like it. I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah.
the user going through.
Yeah, but
If I'm looking for someone on the app,
Yeah.
is it just trying to find the least
So,
bad first?
let me
'Cause it's
give
like,
you an example.
all right,
It's-
well, your worst thing is you killed a rabbit one time. That's okay for
well,
me.
it's not just worse things in terms of like things you've done.
Oh, it's like ugliest photos.
yeah, it's like that, and it's just like personality based. So I have a fear of abandonment. And so I would match if I saw someone who also had a fear of abandonment. We would match and then never leave each other.
You just
right?
have the most toxic relationship.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be awful.
Yeah,
Negative
yeah.
bonding, just awful.
Yeah.
Well,
what
we're
about?
both narcissists, so we should get along.
If we don't, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if people are lying to make it seem like they're worse, just so that you are attracted to them?
Well, they're on the right app, baby. Let me tell you that much.
There's a special place in hell for them.
Yeah.
What if it was like a regular dating app, but when you match, it shows you all their bad information?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wait.
cool. So it starts good, and
Yeah.
then when you match, it shows some not so great things.
Yeah.
Wait, I think this might have actually been the premise of a game show on like Game Show Network. It was something called like Baggage or something like that, where like someone
Okay.
had
Yeah.
like done one bad thing in their life, and like you don't know who the bad things are, or maybe you do know who the bad thing are, but you don't know the person. I'm sorry, this is half a memory and
It's like,
not
well,
helpful.
Sheila, now that you've fallen in love with him, this is Jarek. We're going to tell you he has held an entire game show audience at hostage. Please call the police. Baggage, yeah. Maybe it's like a timed release. So after you match, you have to like say if you've gone on a date, and if you've gone on 3 dates, it'll reveal
Something.
yeah, it's
sure.
like, oh, this is John. He's
Yeah.
a used car salesman, but in a bad way.
He cuts the brake line once he sells it.
Yeah.
I keep coming back for more cars. Yeah, that'd be cool, like a timed release. Because on Hinge, you say like we've met. You can unmatch people. You can say, I think that's it. You can select like we've met up in person. I don't want to see this person.
Oh.
And so it could be like an option like that. Like we've gone on 1 date, reveals a little bit. We've gone on 2
Yeah.
dates, reveals more. 3 dates reveals it all.
Yeah.
You know.
But I feel like 3 dates is still a big commitment.
Really?
Because
You want it all on the first date?
well, it sounds like what Charlie's trying to get to is saving time
Yeah.
and not wasting time on somebody
Yeah.
because their shitty qualities are hidden
Mm.
Yeah.
initially. So the faster you can get to those shitty qualities, maybe it's like the app will start asking you questions.
Yeah. Sure.
You're like, are you okay with someone that, I don't know,
Kicks dogs.
kicks dogs? Yeah. Are you,
Yeah.
Are you alright with someone that refuses to give up their seat for a pregnant woman?
What about this? What if the app like sort of tries to help out the people who've done worse things? Like it'll pay for your date. So the worse thing you've done, the nicer date you get to go on.
Oh.
So it's
wow.
like, ooh, we'll take you to a Michelin star restaurant with someone who is like abandoned their children.
Yeah, sure,
Who
sure.
is a complete sociopath.
So that'd be so terrifying showing up to the date and being like, this restaurant is so nice. What did this person do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blind date.
Yeah.
And then you
It's
show up
just
to
shit.
one and you're just like, hot dog stand?
You're like, oh,
You
thank
must be a saint.
Hell yeah. Ben, what else you got? Hit us
Okay.
with it. Slap me across the fucking
so
face.
I both do and I don't have more inventions. So I am an avid listener and fan of the podcast, even though I guess I missed the one wetsuit episode.
I thought you said you deleted Hinge. I see it right there on your phone.
It's not there. Fucking asshole. It's clearly not there.
Wow, for a 5th date. Not great.
No, I actually deleted it after the first date because I have a rule that if I kiss a person, then I delete the app, which is probably too far.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you're a very
but
sweet
the-
boy.
Yeah, you should never kiss anybody. That's too far.
Yeah, if I
Leland
kiss a
hasn't kissed Katie
person
once.
and then
No.
yeah, if I kiss a person and they tell me the worst thing they've ever done, then I delete the app.
Can you imagine just coming back from a kiss with somebody and they're like, I robbed a bank and killed all the hostages. And I'm like, Jesus.
I didn't even have to. I could have gotten away with it, but I turned around.
Didn't even take the money.
You're still doing kissy sounds. But so I googled AI invention generator, which is something I don't think you've had on your podcast.
Not yet. No.
Someone else doing the work for you. So here, this is the first Google result that came up. Just some website. So I'm gonna. It came up with invention titles and then patent descriptions. So I'm gonna read you a couple of titles and just tell me which one you want to hear.
Okay.
One of them is bipolar power grid.
Okay.
One of them is axe pad. And then sleeping light.
I want to hear about Axepad.
Let's go with Axepad.
Yeah. It's my invention is named Axepad, which I will describe below in passing.
And this is a AI generating this.
Yeah, using I believe an earlier I think ChatGPT is like GPT-3. This is like GPT-2, like a slightly less advanced version. Axepad is very similar to the one described above, but with an actual hand. That is, it uses a tiny bit of wire and uses a microcontroller with the keypad to bring the keyboard into the control state and back to the normal control state. The same wires come from the input of the controller so that the controller acts as if it were a traditional controller like the Nintendo DS or the Toshiba satellite.
It's just like a lot of chat, like AI chat. It's all just gibberish.
Yes.
With words from okay, I get you.
Yeah, which Axepad I thought might have been some sort of menstrual pad, but it generates more blood.
Oh God!
I was thinking Axepad like a place to put your axe.
Yeah, same.
Like maybe a Bluetooth.
After it's had a long day.
Yeah. Well, maybe like a Bluetooth axe, which tallies up how much wood you've been chopping, and you need a pad to put it on to charge it at the end of the day. You know.
Or a Bluetooth pad. It knows how many people you've murdered with the axe, and it updates you on Charlie's app.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You match with someone, and you just get a number, and most of the time it's 0. Once in a while, you get a 3 or a 4, and you're like, I'm not gonna match with this person.
You get an Amber Alert, and then you get matched with a 3, and you're like, I think I can solve this one.
Yeah. That's great. That's fun.
Then you got another invention?
I do have another one, and I just realized I have another one that maybe can be disproven with science, but
you keep saying science.
This is
I feel like you stopped taking science class in 4th grade and you still see it as
I mean, I know what hydrogen is.
Hell yeah.
This is I hate when I have headaches. They're the worst. It just feels like there's not enough room in my mind. And it's just the pressure in my mind is too high. And every time I have a headache in that state, I feel like I want there to be a valve on my head that I can just spin and it opens a hatch and releases pressure in my mind.
Dude, I've had this before. Sorry to interrupt. I'm so happy you said this. I when I'm having a bad headache, I fantasize about that valve.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just the head valve.
Uh-huh.
So what if you guys found out that this wasn't just a fantasy for some people? In the medieval times, they did this.
Whoa. Did it work?
Did
no.
it work? What? Where are you? Sorry, Ben, keep going.
You think that it worked 800 years ago, and then we're like, nah, we'll give up on this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there were some downsides, you know?
Like the valve
your
in
brain
Stop
leaking
tasting.
Would you give that up?
Tasting?
For the valve?
No, because I don't get headaches that often.
Yeah, but
when I do, they suck, but I taste far more frequently than I get headaches.
we also have Advil now.
Yeah, exactly.
But what if you could taste, but now with your tongue, you had to put it in the hole?
I do that. Yeah. I want a valve on my head. What?
Doesn't even work for headaches. You just like to spin valves.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
just Sprite comes out when you open it.
It's connected to your soda suit.
That's how you drain it.
So how often did they do it? More than once, or was it just like one time they tried it and they're like, "Oh, this doesn't work"?
I believe it is documented. I don't know how often they did, but it was. I mean, they also did like leeches and like bloodletting.
And those worked.
Isn't it a little counterintuitive if someone's head is hurting to be like, let's drill a valve into it. That'll help it feel better.
But I don't think people had like a concept of pain existing in the brain and not like it being something experiential in your neurons and not like because you can be awake during brain surgery because you can't feel if someone's touching on your brain.
Oh, but they didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they thought instead of it being like your, what'd you say, nerves or neurons are hurting?
Yeah.
Damn it. I sound so dumb right now. They thought instead of that, it was like...
Yeah, what, did you stop doing science in 4th grade or something? Bitch.
It's never too late to stop learning.
They thought instead of that, it was like a physical thing in your head that was making your head hurt. So by putting the valve on, it would drain that out.
Yeah, sort of like popping a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty smart, actually.
Your head would just...
It's pretty smart, actually. Incorrect.
Yeah, it sounds sound to me.
It's a coincidence you bring that up because my next invention was just a rack that stretches people out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just a bucket with rats in it that you put holes in the other end.
Yeah, mine
and
was
they
actually
eat for people. I get you.
Mine was a bed of spikes that you lay on and someone steps on you. That was my next invention. I was just trying, just hopping onto y'all's riff. Just trying to have fun with it. You know what I mean? Happy to be here.
So yeah, what do you think about the head valve? That actually works, not the medieval one, because we've come a long way.
It actually works.
Is there like liquid that comes out?
No, it's just like
It'd be a stinky liquid.
It's just like. Do you think brain liquid is stinky?
Yeah, I do. I think
It's
headache
like-
liquid would be stinky.
I feel like fermented, like kombucha or something like that. There'd be
Okay.
some people that would pay a premium for it.
No, I was just thinking.
Sort of like how like you like tap like a maple tree by just putting a spigot
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
I was thinking.
Someone's making like a cocktail, and you're just like, hold on, I gotta make this a little more bitter.
Or pancakes. Like you just wake
Yeah.
up with a headache and you're like, kids, we're gonna have a good breakfast.
No, I was thinking more like a valve that just opens up a hatch that gives your brain more room to expand.
Wait.
Because that's what it feels like when I have a headache, is that there's not enough room in my skull for my brain.
Oh, like an extension.
Yeah, skull extension. That's what we'll call it.
What?
Sometimes people have so much money that not only they can buy a house, they can like add extra sections.
I know what an extension is, Ben. I know.
You know how sometimes when you can't pay your bills on time and the bank is nice enough to be
How
like, yo, you get some
dumb
more
Yeah.
time.
Do I
You know how
sound?
sometimes your penis is really small and you get certain ads and you think, no, I'm enough, but after a while they sort of wear you down.
Yeah.
You're like, I need an extension.
Okay. Do you get those ads a lot?
No, now that I got one, they stop.
they're through with you. We've got them.
So where would the hatch be on your head?
On the top of it?
Oh, like straight up. Like you
Yeah.
could hide it with a hat.
Yes. Yeah.
That'd be a.
Just something to give your brain a little bit more room to breathe.
And
you
would
know?
would your brain be exposed?
Yes.
To, oh God.
Oh, it'd be glass. Like
Ew.
a
No
green-
glass, just straight up. You need to be in a safe environment.
Could you at least have like a laundry? Like dryers have filters that you remove the lint from. Could you have one of those on it for after a long day?
Yeah.
Brutal.
But yeah, just something to open it up.
for a brainwashing.
Oof.
Yeah.
Miller's here. He had sex last night with so many women. So many women he had sex with. At least 2.
All right. I think we should start wrapping up.
I got a problem.
Do you have
man.
a problem? Let's
Can I
do
do
the
a problem?
Yeah.
I hate when this happens.
I'm sorry.
You guys know when you're at a restaurant and the server's trying to take your food away before you're done eating?
Oh yeah.
I hate that so fucking much.
Mm.
You guys have really nice eyes. You guys have really
Thanks.
beautiful eyes today. Listeners, follow us on YouTube. They have really beautiful eyes.
A table lock.
Huh.
So this is a chain that connects to the table to your plate, and you lock it in place.
Until you're done
Like-
eating.
Yeah.
Like
I
those
love that.
business guys chained to their briefcases.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, so they physically couldn't take it.
Yep. They can't take it away.
Now, what happens if you don't unlock it when you're done eating?
Oh, you're chained to the table forever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It
your
works
punishment.
both ways.
Sure.
It'll have your information on it, so they can call you and
Oh, sure.
have you come back and unlock it for them.
Yeah.
And your credit card number, so if you don't come back, they will charge you for the plate
I love that.
and table that they now have to throw out.
What about it's sort of like a tent, but it like extends from your lip and it's like big and it goes over the plate.
So they can't see how much you have left. Not your whole face, though. Just from your lips it
Yeah.
extends.
Why does it need to go from your lips over to your foot? Because see, my thinking is that in this case, you're eating your meal and you're taking a break for a little bit and having conversation with people, but you can't do that with the lip tent.
Everyone you have conversation with, you're seeing their lips at all times. How
Yes.
did you talk when people had masks?
Those days are done, Ben.
And now you demand lips.
I guess you're right. You can just talk through the
Yeah.
lip tent. It's just a
You'd-
table of people like.
You'd want yeah. You want it to be like a chin tent. Like
yeah.
a very fancy goatee. It's made of human hairs.
You are not going to want to eat your food afterwards.
No, but it's your hair.
I don't know. I still wouldn't want to eat food with hair in it, even if it is my hair.
Really?
Yeah, I've had my own hair in my food before. and it-
You don't want to like regenerate off of the strength of your own cells?
No. Not at no.
I want to degenerate, if anything.
Yeah, especially after hearing that. Wow, you guys solved my problem.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
so
awesome.
much.
Can I say a problem?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. You have such a long fingernail.
Yeah, I guess my problem is people making comments about my body. I try to hide as much of my body as I can at all times, but it doesn't stop them. No, my problem is sometimes people like repeat the same stories over and over again, and I never know whether it's going to hurt their feelings or not to bring it up. But it also hurts my feelings that I've heard the story like 17 times now, and like I would like to be talking about something else, and I don't know if it's like, do I like lip sync the story with them, like it's like karaoke or
That's
something?
funny. I was thinking maybe you yellow card them, like in soccer.
I hate to break this to you, Ben, but you do claim to be a fan of the pod.
Yeah.
We've had this one on as well.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was their solution?
It was we came up with like an app that listens to your stories and informs you if you've told this story to this person
Really?
already. Yeah. This was, I think, the Wendy Steiner episode.
Mm-hmm. Wendy.
Oh, I don't think I listened to that one.
That's
actually.
okay. You can go back.
You don't
and
listen to episodes with women guests?
No, I listened to Christiana. That was very recent woman guest you've had on.
Very funny.
But yeah, maybe something else because this
But
is
also,
for
like,
you.
Yeah, but also the thing is like there's certain stories that like I could maybe hear them 10 times because it's like a really good story and really well told.
Okay.
So like even if I've heard it once, I'd potentially be open to hearing it again. And then also like I don't know if it's like an older relative and like who knows, this might be like the last chance they get to say this story.
God.
Like not every
Okay.
time. It's
So
like
you need it
has
to be selective. You need to be able to turn it on and off. Whatever.
yeah,
we're
but it also
inventing.
has to like ask them whether they would be hurt or not because I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't make
sure.
comments without knowing if it'll hurt their feelings. Like I wouldn't just comment on someone's nail being long without knowing whether it hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
or not.
what a monster. Who would do that?
So this would ask someone, hey, if you were informed that Ben has already heard this story,
Yeah.
would that make you upset? And if they're like, yes,
Yeah.
then it's like, well, you're in luck because
Yeah.
Ben has not heard this story before.
And you could also have a similar modification for this podcast. Like, hey, have you heard this invention on this podcast?
Oh,
Because it seems to be a
yeah.
freaking problem that you guys have. So now we're both solving each other's problems. Isn't that nice?
It's just,
Whereas if you'd shut down my invention, maybe
I
you
think
would
it's
have
just a problem in guest selection, to be honest.
I mean, I think it's a bad host that can't choose a good guest for his podcast.
Fellas, break it up. Come on.
Yeah, sounds like we got a problem here. We need an invention for.
All right.
I got one more problem. Do we
Oh,
wanna...
yeah, sure.
This is when you're trying to open up a can of something and it's got the pop tab already on it, but the tab comes off without opening up the can. How do we fix that? Have you ever had that happen? Where like you're trying
I don't
to
drink soda.
It's not like a soda. It's like maybe a can of like beans or something.
I don't
know what
drink
you
beans.
mean. It's very
Don't
frustrating.
drink beans. Nobody drinks beans, man.
Okay, how about this? You know I don't know tools very well. It's like a saw with a small. It's like a little buzz saw that people use in
Like
construction. Help
Like
me
a
out.
chainsaw?
No, it's very small. It's maybe like a 6-inch
A tiny
diameter.
chainsaw? Is that what we're inventing?
No, kind of.
Like a
yes.
pizza cutter?
Yeah, it looks like a pizza cutter. Yeah, and so you can just kind of go in it and like saw the thing. I'm
Oh,
hoping
you're talking
that's
about like
still-
a table saw?
Sure.
Or no, maybe that's...
We don't
I
know
forget
tools.
Ben is stuck on saws now.
But there's like a circular saw that you like bring down. But I
Yeah.
know what you mean. It's like a has got like a flat plane on it.
No.
It goes
Yeah.
straight down.
No.
Okay.
But it goes like.
I kind of yeah. No, it looks like a pizza cutter. It looks just like a pizza cutter, except it's a saw.
Okay.
And so it's just one of those, but very tiny for the top of the can.
Mm.
And
You know what?
Yeah.
This has already been invented, a can opener.
Yeah.
If pop tab comes off and you're just like, I guess I'll just use the can opener. All right, that's dumb.
Ben
Guys,
Miller, thank you so
has
much
this
for
been-
being on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're a great guest, despite what Leland whispered to me earlier.
I whispered it.
Yeah.
Pass Ben over to you.
It's also very vocal about it earlier.
Ben, we've come to the last segment.
Yeah.
I think you know what it is.
You know the
Yeah.
segment, Ben?
But
So
for those
excited.
listening for the first time, Ben has to give each one of us hosts a sincere compliment, knowing he will not receive one in return. Some caveats.
2 of them.
My apartment cannot, or my compliment cannot be apartment based.
No.
And Charlie's compliment has to be good.
It better be good.
Can't be backhanded. Can't be a sly remark. Has to be good. You can start with whatever one. You won't get any compliment back.
Can I give you like a group compliment?
Yeah, but you also
Sure.
have to give individuals.
Yeah. Okay. So my
Charlie, you falling asleep over there?
No, I love getting snuggly during my compliment.
Okay.
I like to feel safe.
yeah, feel warm and cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I genuinely do like this podcast and listen to it a lot, although maybe not every episode. Remember every single invention. But what I like is that you guys have like. Not only have you stuck with it, you've been open to like constantly reinventing it, which I think is cool. That you're like open to change, you're open to tinkering, which is very
Yeah.
much the idea of this
It's the
podcast.
name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been cool to watch it evolve and watch you guys grow into continually better co-hosts. You have a lovely chemistry that I enjoy listening to.
All right, that was said.
That was said. You said those words.
Yeah, I'm aware. Leland, I think you have it's always delightful to hear like your love and passion for history. Yeah, it's always fun, and the way you pursue it. Like you're telling me about going to like the cool tank museum a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I always appreciate you sharing that.
Great, Ben.
Charlie, not only is there like a warmth and kindness to you, there's also like a lot of strength, especially with your commitment to sobriety. I really admire it a lot because it takes a lot of work.
Someone must listen to this podcast and be like, these guys are assholes. Segment over. Ben, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Those were
Ben.
great compliments
Oh, I
all
love Ben
around.
Miller.
Always appreciate having you on,
Yes.
spending time with you.
Oh, thanks so much. I
Ben, where
appreciate you
can
guys as
people
well.
find you, or what do you want to talk about? Plug, go.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Instagram at This Is Ben Miller. During the month of April, I'm like touring all around the Midwest. If you go to my Instagram bio, I have dates there for my science comedy show because I used to be a scientist. And then I don't know if you have international listeners, but May I'll be in the UK and Finland for a couple of days.
Okay.
And then yeah,
That's
so-
all of our listener base is Finland.
Yeah. It's all.
I am at Leland Comedy on all social medias.
Who, me? Follow me on Instagram at Charlie V. Dawson. That's right, I said it, Charlie V. Dawson. Hey, folks, while you're at it, follow Idiots Catalog, the podcast that you just listened to, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at Idiots Catalog.
Yeah.
Give us a follow on YouTube. Subscribe to our freaking YouTube channel. Look at our faces. We're beautiful. Gosh damn it. Send us an email if you so fancy us. At theidiotscatalog@gmail.com. Send us some problems you have, some invention ideas.
And when you send the email, CC Ben on it. What's your email, Ben?
Oh, benmcomedy@gmail.com.
Yeah, CC Ben, because
CC
he'll
Ben.
break it down. He's ruthless.
Yeah, he is.
And as we always say, to end every episode,
whoa,
Buzz. That was cool.
To
Mom. Whoa, Buzz, that was cool to Mom. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks for listening.